Good morning. Welcome everyone to our Monday morning yoga class. So nice to have you all here with me this morning. To start this morning, always know that this is your practice and that you follow your own inner guidance system as to what we're doing today. And always know that at the end, when we go into Shavasana, that if you would like to stay a little bit longer into your Shavasana practice, please feel free to do that. I've got some music playing today as well, so if it's a little too loud, let me know that and we can adjust. This morning, to start our practice, we are going to actually start not only on our mat, we are going to start all the way down on our mat. So finding your way down onto the mat, let your knees stay bent, feet flat on the floor, coming all the way down onto your mat. Letting the knees knock into each other if that brings you more comfort and ease. Palms may be up, palms may be down. Let the arms extend just a little bit wide from the body. Allow your eyes to soften and even close. And finding a nice full inhale here. And a nice long, slow exhale as you release the air out. Let the next inhale open the lungs and fill your belly. And on the exhale, releasing the air slowly out through the mouth or the nose, finding a nice ha sound. As you continue your nice full inhale and long, slow exhale, allow the body to start to relax and to release even deeper into your mat, feeling your body completely letting go and relaxing. And as you continue to breathe in and out, I would just like to read a little something to begin your class today. So continue on the mat, eyes closed. Wouldn't it be funny if trees were sad in the fall because the leaves were gone? Wouldn't it be funny if lakes were sad in the winter because they were covered with ice? Wouldn't it be funny if flowers were sad in the spring because they had to close up at night? Wouldn't it be funny if rain was sad in the summer because rainbows had to end? Nothing works that way in nature. What is, simply is. No judgments, just acceptance. The hillside is peaceful, whether covered with flowers or snow. My secret, said the teacher, I don't mind what happens. Very gently, allow the knees to start to move from side to side, rolling over onto one side, and with your arms and hands bringing you up into an upright seated position, finding that comfortable seat this morning, up on a bolster or a blanket or a pillow. Finding a moment in silence here. And notice this morning, as you move through your practice, how you may open to acceptance. accepting what is in the moment. Taking a full inhale, letting the hands come up over the head. And on the exhale, palms down, releasing the arms down to the mat. Full inhale up, arms come up, shoulders relax. And exhaling the hands back down to the mat. Inhaling again, the hands come up. And on the exhale, palms find each other as the arms come down in front of the heart space. Taking a pause here, allowing the eyes to remain open or gently close. Allowing the mind here to focus on that beautiful inhale as you bring the prana into the body, filling the body. And on the exhale, gently releasing, letting the air come out through the mouth, through the nose. Feeling the sits bones connected to the floor, to the earth. Feeling everywhere you're connected to the earth this morning. And as you go through your practice, again, see where you may open to acceptance. Maybe acceptance as to where your body's at today. Acceptance as to how your body might look in a pose. Acceptance to where your mind is this morning. Acceptance where there might be a tightness, a pain in your body. Acceptance where there might be gentleness and warmth, openness in your body. Acceptance for your surroundings, any sounds that might be occurring. Just noticing. Allowing the breath to continue to come in through the nose, filling the body, and releasing with that nice ha sound. On the next inhale, let the arms again come up overhead. And on the exhale, let the right arm come down. Inhaling that left fingers high. And gently exhaling, opening that side body. Inhaling, both hands up. And exhaling. Inhale, reaching those fingers high, and exhaling, gently bending, keeping that left hand on the ground. Inhaling, and exhaling down. Inhaling up, and exhaling down. Finding a little movement here as you move. Side to side. And bringing both hands up. And bringing the hands palm down to the floor. And as you do, let the chin come to the chest. As you inhale, the right ear comes to the right shoulder. Exhaling that chin back to the chest. And on the inhale, the left ear comes to the left shoulder. Moving with your breath here. Finding that nice ha sound on the exhale. And bringing the head back into a neutral position. Inhaling, the hands come up. On the exhale, the right arm comes behind, left arm on right knee. Inhaling, lifting the spine, and on the exhale, gently rotating. Looking over the right shoulder. Inhaling, hands are overhead. Exhaling, left hand comes behind you. And the left hand comes to the knee. The inhale lengthens the spine. And on the exhale, the torso gently twists, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, hands are back overhead. Exhaling, hands come down to your mat. From here, moving into a tabletop position. Once again, always listening to that body, finding what brings comfort to you. If your knees would like a little bit of luxury this morning, bring a blanket under those knees. Bring the hands under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. Finding your way into cat-cow this morning. Inhale to open the chest. And on the exhale, rounding the back, bringing the belly button toward the spine. Inhaling to open that gentle arch in the back. And on the exhale, rounding the back, chin to chest. Inhaling to open. And exhaling, rounding. Moving with your breath, loosening that spine up this morning. Continuing now with your cat-cow, or start to move those hips gently from side to side. And as you do, look over the right shoulder at the right hip, the left shoulder at the left hip, and let the spine now find a little bit different motion. Bringing the hands forward a couple of inches on your mat. Start to let your body now move however you're feeling drawn to move. Maybe circles, maybe small circles. Letting this just flow, not thinking about it, just letting it happen. Moving in both directions here. Finding what you're accepting right now in this pose, in this movement. Coming back to center, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Pulling that right knee in toward the nose. And on the exhale, extending that leg back, pointing the heel toward the wall. Inhaling, the knee comes in. On the exhale, the heel moves out. Keeping the hips as parallel to the mat as is accessible. And one more time, pulling that knee in and exhaling it out. If you'd like here, lifting that left hand, letting those fingers reach forward as your heel reaches backwards. Find your balance, gazes down to your mat. Breathing, keep the breath moving and flowing. Exhaling, hands come down, knee comes in. Bring the knees to the outside of your mat and finding your way into a child's pose this morning. Let the head rest on your mat, on your hands, on your fists. Coming all the way down into child's pose. Gently walking that left hand over toward the right hand, opening up that left side body. Walking that hand back. coming back up into tabletop. Letting that left ankle come out to the side of your mat. Extending that right foot back. Lifting that right arm. Pointing that toe and letting that right arm now reach overhead. Extending and opening that right side body. Exhale, hands come back to the mat, pull the knee in. Letting the knees be wide, coming back into child's pose. Coming back to tabletop, bring those knees back under the hips. From tabletop, or coming up into a plank position. Take a breath here. And on your exhale, releasing down to your mat. Letting the toes point here, the feet connect, the hips connect. Bringing the hands forward, allowing the elbows to be right underneath. The shoulders coming up into that gentle back bend this morning. Finding a couple breaths here, let your gaze be soft. Exhaling, coming back down to your mat. Finding your way back into tabletop or into plank position. On your next inhale, lift those hips right up to the sky. Those knuckles are firmly planted into your mat. Walking the feet, pedaling the feet out this morning. Bending both your knees, coming just hovering over the mat and pushing those hips up again, then allowing the legs to start to straighten. Your heels may touch the mat or they may not. See what you're accepting this morning. On your exhale, coming back down to tabletop. Finding your cat-cow. Knees are underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to open. And exhale, rounding the back. Inhale, opening the chest, opening the heart space. And on the exhale, rounding the back, pulling that belly button in. Find that breath. Coming back into a neutral tabletop, inhaling, that left knee comes in. And on the exhale, that left heel pushes back. Inhaling, bringing that knee in. Exhaling, heel back. As you bring your knee in, let your chin move toward the knee. And on the exhale, let the head come back into a nice tabletop. One more inhale in. On the exhale, let the heel come back. And let that right arm now lift if you like. Breathing here. Again, that gaze is soft towards your mat. Right fingers extend long as that heel reaches back toward the wall. Accepting whatever you are this morning. The exhale releases, fall back to the mat. Knees are wide, coming back into child's pose. Nice breath here, an inhale and an exhale. to tabletop, knees come back under the hips. Staying in tabletop or coming into that plank position. And exhaling down. Coming back into that back bend, elbows under the shoulders, palms down. Taking a nice breath here, feeling those hips nicely connected to your mat. And exhaling back down, chin, cheek, or forehead to the mat. Hands by the shoulders, coming back up into tabletop position. Letting that right leg now come out toward the right side of your mat. Left leg goes back. Left arm reaches high. Let that left toe point as you come into a nice side stretch here. Opening the chest. Exhaling that hand back to the mat. Bringing that knee in. Staying in tabletop. Coming into that plank position. On the inhale, hips once again up to the ceiling. Walking those feet. Being in an upside down V here. Letting those knees bend one and then the other. Bending both knees now, coming just down, hovering above the mat, extending those hips up toward the ceiling, and letting those legs now open. Looking up at your thumbs, walk those feet right up to the thumbs. Let the head hang here. Hands are on the mat. They might be on your ankles. They might be on opposite elbows here. Bending the knees. Letting the knees be bent. Allowing the back to open. Shaking the head yes. Shaking the head no. Bringing the hands onto the floor if that's possible, or keeping them on the lower leg. Let one knee bend, and then the other knee. So just one knee at a time is bending here. When that right knee is bent, allow that left arm to reach up toward the ceiling, a nice little twist here. Exhaling that hand back to the mat, and let the knee start to bend again. That left knee is bent, allow that right hand to reach high, keeping that knee bent. Exhaling this back down to the mat. Bending the knees even more here. Start to gently roll all the way up to standing. Hands come overhead, hook those thumbs. Gentle back bend here. On the exhale, palms find each other as they come to rest in front of the heart space. Take a full inhale here. And a nice long, slow exhale out. Finding that ha breath. Let the eyes either be closed or gently open. Take a moment here to pause. Where's your mind right now? What are you noticing? What are you releasing? What might you be accepting? Noticing your feet firmly connected to not only your mat, but to the earth herself. On the inhale, let the arms reach high. On the exhale, gently release them down. And give all of that a little shake. Let both legs shake out. And just release all that. Bringing those feet right back under your hips. Really feel them connected. Noticing your hips right above your feet, your heart above your hips, and your head above your heart. Take a nice inhale here. And on the exhale, bending that right elbow, bringing the left hand onto that right elbow. Let that palm rest gently just at the upper back. Let the shoulders stay relaxed here. Take a nice inhale and a full exhale. The next inhale opens the arms high. And on the exhale, that left arm bends, right hand comes to that left elbow. Inhale here, open, and exhale to release. Inhaling brings your arms high again. The exhale brings hands to opposite elbows overhead. Inhale to lengthen and open the chest. And on the exhale, a nice little gentle bend to the right. Inhaling back to center and exhaling to the left. One more time here, each side with your breath. Inhaling to center. Inhale to center and exhaling those hands down. All right. Finding those feet right underneath your hips here. Lifting the toes up, really noticing the four corners really connected. Releasing those toes down. Moving into a balance pose this morning. And as we move into this balance pose, keep the awareness on the connection that your feet have to your mat and to the earth. Really root them down. Root to rise. Once you've found that rooted position, find your gaze. Find your gazing point. Where your ceiling and wall meet or out a window. Just notice that gaze. Once you have connected to both your feet and your gaze, allow your weight to move over into your right leg. Lifting that left leg, just lift that left leg right up. Bringing that knee in toward the body, maybe the hands come around the knee. Or you could extend that leg long, letting the hands come under the leg. Bringing that knee back into the chest and releasing it down. Moving to and through whatever balance pose you're feeling drawn to this morning. Reestablishing the connection with your feet and your gaze, the weight moves into the left leg. The right leg comes up, pulling that in toward the chest with your knee. Extending the leg long, supporting it with your hands. Pulling that knee back in, and letting it release on the ground. Noticing what you're accepting here, what you're accepting in your balance this morning. And moving to the other side, we'll do that one more time, lifting that knee, extending the leg, pulling the knee in, releasing down, lifting the right leg, pulling the knee in, extending the leg, pulling it in, Hands shake out here. Let the elbows and the shoulders and the legs, let everything just release and shake out. From here, bring those feet a little bit wider than hip distance, allowing the body to start to move. The arms follow the movement of the body. Letting this just be a nice little release. Lifting the heels here. If you'd like to bring this into more of a twist. Let those heels lift, protecting the knees. Letting all this energy flow and move. One more time, that little shake. Finding your way to the top of your mat. So coming up to the top of the mat, so you're facing the short end of your mat. Once again, establishing that base, finding your feet. Taking a nice inhale here. And as you exhale, step that right foot back. So the right foot is parallel with that short end of your mat. Left toes are forward. Body is toward the long section of your mat. Inhale here, the leg is straight. And on the exhale, that front knee bends, keeping that knee over the ankle. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale, straightening. And on this exhale, let that knee bend, that knee rotates out towards the small toes. Hands come to heart space. And exhaling the hands out into T position. Let the palms roll up to release the shoulders down and back. Just turning the palms now over towards the floor. Let your gaze now move towards those left fingers. Feeling both feet really connected into your mat here. Finding your breath. Noticing where your mind is. And noticing what you're accepting in this pose. The inhale straightens the left knee. The exhale lets those left fingers reach long, coming down to find the top of your leg, opening the chest as the right fingers reach high. Breathing here, letting your gaze be up, forward, or down. Finding what honors your neck here. And breathe. Keeping that breath moving. Finding the ha on the exhale. Inhaling, coming back to standing. Exhaling, the hands come down. Turn that left foot in. Walk those feet together. And give that a little shake. Legs are again wide on your mat. Feet a little bit, heels a little bit wider than the toes. On the inhale, hands come up. And on the exhale, bring those hands down to the top of them. Right above the knees, coming into a nice halfway position, letting that back be nice and flat. The exhale brings you down to your mat. Hands can be on blocks. Hands can be on your legs. Hands can be on a wall. Doing this right up against a wall if you'd like. Let the head really relax here, opening the back of the spine. Inhaling, coming back to that halfway point. Finding allowing the exhale. Inhale, come back to standing, hands come overhead, and releasing this down. Walking those feet together and giving this a little shake. Coming back to the top of your mat once again. Take an inhale, letting the hands come in front of the heart space. Taking a pause here. Finding your present moment. Finding your connection with that present moment through your breath. The inhale takes that left foot back. Right toes are forward here. The inhale and the exhale to bend that knee. Letting that knee really rotate out towards those small toes. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhaling to straighten. On the exhale, let those hands float to that T position. Palms gently rotate up, releasing the shoulders, palms down. Finding your gaze now over those right fingers. Breathing here. Feeling both feet nicely connected and rooted on your mat. Inhaling straightens that front leg. Exhaling, that right arm comes down. Left hand now reaches up. Letting that right hand rest on a block, on your leg. Breathing. Inhaling, coming back to standing. Exhaling, the hands down. Turning that right toe in. Walking those feet together. And letting that all release. Taking an inhale here. And exhaling that down. From here, finding your way down to the floor, coming down in a mindful fashion. And as we're seated here on the floor, finding a comfortable position. Always know you can sit on the corner, the edge of a blanket or a pillow, allowing that rotation of the hips forward, letting the legs come out in a nice V position here. Letting those legs be nice and wide. Take a full inhale. And on the exhale, just walk those hands forward. Really allowing the hands to rest here, taking any strain off your back. Letting the head stay in line with the spine. Breathing. Noticing what you're accepting in this position, or maybe what you're not accepting. Listening to our ego's story. Noticing if we're accepting that story, or if we're questioning that story. Walking those hands back. Bringing both feet in here, letting the soles of the feet connect. Let's give those arches a little rub this morning. Let them know that we appreciate everything that the feet do for us during our day. Taking a full inhale here to lift up, and on the exhale, let that torso move forward to wherever that is this morning. Again, the head stays in line with the spine. Breathing here, letting those hips release and open. Accepting what is right now in this beautiful pose. Inhaling, the hands come up to the knees, helping those knees together. Exhale, let the legs come forward. Extending the legs long in front of you. Take a full inhale here. And on the exhale, let the chest release over the legs, coming down to wherever your comfortable hands come to wherever they land. Let the shoulders round here, let the head and neck release. Breathing in. Notice where the sensation is in the body. And allow the breath to move into the sensation and release from that sensation. Walking the hands back. Up. Bending the knees, feet are on the floor. Coming back onto the elbows, allowing now the knees to move back and forth from side to side. Coming all the way down onto your mat. Knees stay bent here. Pull those knees into the chest. Giving them a nice little hug. Releasing the feet back to the floor, bringing the hands right under the bottom of the hips here. Really supporting so you can feel that lower back nicely connected to the mat. Bend the knees and extend the legs up. Really feeling now that lower back connected and keeping that lower back connected. Gently release those feet on the exhale down to your mat. Moving at your own speed here. When you get to the very bottom, you can lift that head and look at the feet. Head lowers, knees come back in, feet extend high, and release them back down. Now you can do this one leg at a time, if you'd like. Or continuing with both legs. Letting the breath direct you as your legs lower. Inhale as the knees come in and lift. And exhaling one more time down to your mat. Once the feet have landed, take a moment here for a nice inhale and exhale. Bending the left knee now, that left foot's on the floor. Right ankle comes over that left knee. Staying right here if this is your pose for the morning, or lifting that left knee, bringing the hands behind. Allowing the shoulders and the head to really stay connected and relaxed on the floor here. Letting that right foot stay flexed, letting the left foot stay flexed. Breathing once again into the sensation and releasing. Left foot comes back to the floor, as does the right foot. Switching sides. Left foot over right ankle. Staying right here. Or letting that right leg lift. Hands come behind the right knee, just below actually the knee. And noticing any differences here, side to side. Are you feeling the sensation in a different place here? Releasing that foot down, bringing both feet to the mat, walking the heels toward the hips. On the inhale, tightening those glutes, pushing up through the heels, lifting up into your bridge pose this morning. Knees stay parallel here. Hands are on your mat, or maybe interlaced underneath the hips, rolling the shoulders under. Chin comes gently to the chest. Feeling the shoulders really holding you. Breathing here. Releasing those hips down and letting the knees move back and forth from side to side. Extending that left leg long in the mat. Right knee is bent. Actually, let's do this. Let's bring both knees. Let's bend both knees. Feet are on the mat. So as you take a nice inhale, pull those knees into the chest, and exhaling, rolling over onto that left side, bringing both legs down to the floor. Shoulders are both nicely still connected to your mat. If you need to support your knees, you can support them with a hand or with a pillow under them. Inhaling brings the knees back to center, pulling them in. The exhale, rolling over onto that right side and letting the knees come down. Your gaze can be directly at the ceiling here. If you look to the left, this intensifies your twist. And if you look to the right in the same direction as your knees, it really brings it into more of a restorative pose. Just noticing what your body's asking for this morning and breathe into that twist. And exhale. Inhaling, pulling those knees back into center, giving them a nice hug, gently rolling from side to side. Bringing the heels back to the mat and walking them out to the outside. So each foot is on the outside of the mat. Allowing the knees now to both move towards the left. Left foot certainly can come up on that right knee, or it can stay right on the floor. Releasing that left foot down, knees come back to center. Let that spine readjust here. Now both knees move over to the right. Right foot on the left knee. Release that foot down, bring the knees back to center. Pull them into the chest for that nice hug. Extend the right leg long on your mat, and now the left. Take an inhale to bring the hands overhead. Interlace the fingers, let those two pointer fingers make a nice little steeple. And releasing the hands on the exhale back down to your mat. Taking a pause here to notice if your body is asking for any other movement this morning. Any other twist, any other bend, any other pose it's asking for. Could be a nice banana pose, a nice side opening. Could be a plow pose if that's in your practice. Could be a happy baby this morning. So take this moment to complete whatever movement you chose to do or chose not to do, and find that comfortable position to prepare for Shavasana. Bringing something under your knees allows your back to fully relax even deeper into Shavasana. You can roll a blanket under those knees or put a cushion, maybe something on top of your mat, socks on your feet, coming all the way down in to Shavasana as you move onto the floor. Maybe a pillow under the head, palms up, arms extended, just a little ways out from your body, releasing those shoulders. Putting a blanket over you if that's comforting. Noticing the feet. Letting the feet relax and let go. Take a full inhale here. And on the exhale, noticing that release moving up from the feet through your legs. Letting the hips relax and release. Letting the torso melt into the floor, letting the back release and relax. Let the shoulders, the arms, and the hands feel heavy. Noticing your jaw. Maybe letting the teeth part just a little. Letting the eyes sink back into your skull as your scalp releases. And as your mind just gently moves towards where it feels. A place where it feels like it can just enjoy wherever it is. Or allowing that mind just to focus on your breath. Moving into Shavasana, I will mind the time. As you do, I would like to offer love and light energy this morning. If you would like that, just allow your mind to say yes. And if you would prefer not to have that this morning, your mind can just whisper that no, and the energy will move and flow where it's guided. exhale. Bringing awareness into your feet and wiggling your toes. Allowing the awareness to move into your hands and wiggling your fingers. Gently moving the head from side to side. Bringing the knees into the chest. And in your own time, with no rush, gently rolling onto one side, letting the head be cradled by your arm, hands, or a pillow, and just taking a moment here, allowing the body to rest in this pose transition between your practice on your mat and your practice today off your mat. May it be beautiful before me. May it be beautiful behind me. May it be beautiful below me. May it be beautiful above me. May it be beautiful all around me. In beauty, it is finished. In beauty, it is finished. Happily, I go forth. A Navajo chant. And as you go forth, notice, where is your acceptance in the moment? And using your hands, gently bringing yourself back to an upright position. Taking that inhale, the hands come up overhead. The exhale, palms together in front of the heart space. The love, the light, the radiance that resides in me recognizes, honors, and is so grateful for the love, the light, the radiance that emanates from each one of you. Thank you so much for the light that you shine into our world. Namaste.